Hello everyone, I'm FARMERSIM, and welcome to Tranquil Waters. Every now and again, a little gem just appears out of nowhere, and for me that's exactly what's happened with this map. It appeared as a video in my YouTube recommendations the other day. The video was by the creator himself, Stevie. He was just showcasing a handful of things that he'd made in regards to an update to the map, because this map has actually been out for a couple of months and I've never actually heard of it. And of course it was the name Tranquil Waters that drew me in. It's just a very inviting and appealing name, isn't it? So sure enough, I had a quick look at the video, I downloaded the map, had a bit of a fly around, and I was absolutely taken away massively just by the quality and beauty of this map. It is an absolute corker, it really is. This is a 1x map, it is PC only because of the fact that it is crammed with so much custom stuff, which I'm going to do my best to show as much of it to you as possible in this video. But yeah, it's just an absolute beauty. It's really, really nice, and as I said, it contains loads and loads of custom things that I just found really quite enjoyable. I jumped into the map, had a bit of a fly around, and there's so many little bits of detail, and you can see from the get-go that this map has had huge amounts of time and love and dedication thrown into it, because it's just lovely. It really is. So yeah, this is Tranquil Waters by Stevie. As I say, it's a 1x map, PC only, obviously, like I said, because of all the custom options and custom things that are on the map. It's lovely, it really is. So while I'm here, I'm just going to read a bit of text that was in the video description of Stevie's video. I will post a link to that video for you all to check out if you want to go watch it. But yeah, it's a lovely place, this one. It really is. So the map features custom crops, custom fill types and textures, custom animal requirements, custom two custom huge twin river bridges created by Luke BK. Compost and anhydrous soil treatment is built in. There are extra straw swaths for certain fruits, extra terrain angles, paintable fields. Most field areas can be joined together. There are unique boxed and shaped fields. Custom paintable textures and foliage, animations and particles, extra vehicles and productions all included with the map, along with custom night lighting around the map. There's a brewery that's been added to the productions. This can be found in the construction menu under the productions tab, and there's way more to find, and he wishes us all many hours of fun on Tranquil Waters. And yeah, I honestly think we're all going to find, if you were to download and play this map, we are all going to have a great time on this one. It's an absolute beauty. It's got so much. I've started this out in new farmer mode, of course, jumping into the save. But I mean, for example, this is our farmhouse, and it's a gorgeously laid out little thing. And I saw things like this, and I don't know whether this is new to any of you, but I've never seen that. Just this lovely little model windmill with a little animation to it. It's awesome. It really is. I saw that and thought, wow, that's pretty special. Yeah, and it's little details like that that get me. You see something like that in a map, and you just think, wow, there's going to be some other nice things in there to see if that's the kind of thing you just got sitting outside your house. As you can see from a few, you can see them a mile away, can't you? These ones are bright pink, but the map does contain collectibles. So there you go. There's one of those. How much did we get for that? $1,000 for that. There's a handful of those around the map. Love the fact there's this little scooter here as well, parked outside. But yeah, it's a lovely little farmhouse. Sleep trigger is here, built in. All there for you. There's been a lot of thought gone into this map, I've got to say. There really has. It's very well laid out. It's a beautifully laid out place. It feels wonderful. So, initially, let's talk about what the map contains. It contains a handful of custom crops. We have alfalfa, we have onions, we have rye, we have spelt, we have triticale, we have millet, we have hops, and we have poppies. Now the map does also support the premium expansion. We have red beets, carrots and parsnips on the map as well. The map contains 14 fields, ranging in size from 0.53 hectares, that's 1.31 acres, right the way up to the big one, which is field 20, which is 42.95 hectares and 106.13 acres. Prices for those pieces of land, the small one, field 1, which is 0.53 hectares, we actually own that. That's just under 40 grand, 39,931 to be precise. And the big one, field 20, is 2.38 million, and varying sizes of fields in between, and costs, of course, in between both of those. So yeah, it's an absolute corker. Now, as I say, we started in new farmer mode. When we jump onto our farm here, we've got pretty much every animal that you can get in the game. We've got a couple of cow pens, we've got some pigs, we've got some sheep, we've got some horses, and we have chickens somewhere, and we also have some bees producing honey for us, which are situated just around the back of here. And as you can see, we also have greenhouses. Now, one thing I really loved about this starter farm, now this is the only starter farm on the map. There are some nice big open areas of land, so if for any reason this farm wasn't for you, you could have put, there's plenty of space to build your own, of course. But this farm contains so many custom productions. That's one of the things that drew me to it when I discovered it. It's amazing. So that, as I say, in new farmer mode, when you start off with this farm, the productions that you start off with are, you've got the 2 greenhouses, which we've just seen behind us. We've got a mineral feed production system. We have a milk homogenizer. We have fertilizer production. We have seed production. We have a lime crusher to turn your turn your stones into lime. We have a multi-fruit composter. Compost is a custom thing that's in the map. We have a multi-fruit silage production machine. We have a multi-fruit dryer. We have a pig food mixer. We have a TMR mixer, and we have a chopped sugar beet production machine as well. And that's all in the farm. It's brilliant, and it's really quite big. It takes up quite a nice footprint of land. There's some lovely big workshops here. Obviously, there's a couple of bits of machinery in there, as you can see the size on, but these are gorgeous things, they really are. And you've got some nice starting equipment. Now, I have no extra vehicle mods installed in this particular game at the minute. This is all base game stuff. A couple of the items have been tweaked a little bit by Stevie. I know this thing has been tweaked a little bit. And there's a tanker that's been tweaked a little bit, and I think there's 1 or 2 others. But aside from that, but they all come within the map file itself. You've got a workshop here. If I bring up the triggers, actually, that'll make things a bit easier. But yeah, you've got a built-in workshop, so you can fix your stuff. You've got a built-in jet washer here, so you can give everything a clean. which is great. But yeah, as I say, some lovely bits of equipment. Nice John Deere tractor there. I think this thing has had a little bit of a fettling, I believe. It's a slightly modded thing to accommodate some of the extra fill types that you have on this map. Or it might be this one, actually, forgive me. It might be a little bit factually incorrect with that. I know this thing has, this manure spreader has, because this now contains compost. You've actually got compost in here to start off with. When you do start in new farmer mode, yeah, it's completely full of compost. When you do start in new farmer mode, you do start off with a handful of bits and bobs. I can easily show you those by jumping into the time-saving stock check. That'll show you what we start off with. So as you can see, you've got a stock of wheat, you've got some corn, you've got some TMR silage, grass, straw, honey, pig food, and mineral feed. So for all intents and purposes, you can hit the ground running if you start off in new farmer mode and take advantage of what you've got stowed away. But for example, this thing here, this is I think this is a sell point, but just yeah, this is a tip point, isn't it? Let me just jump into the map and just remind myself what this one is. It is the large farm barn sell point. So yeah, but just look at that. It's one of these sheds that's had a bit of a custom visual straw put in here, but it's absolutely gorgeous, don't you think? It just feels well used and quite, just honestly, quite lovely, to be frank. Really nice indeed. So yeah, but as I say, this farm is absolutely rammed with just about everything, and it's wonderful, quite frankly. I absolutely love it. We've got a huge silo system going on here, of course, and a bit of a production system. So what you've got here, if I jump into these are the production systems that we own. I did mention in the text before that there is a brewery that you can place down. Now I have placed that brewery down in order to show you. And again, in new farmer mode, you do also own the BGA that's on the map. So right off the get-go, this is a long list of production systems that we own. So you've got the BGA, of course. I'm sure we're all familiar with what a BGA does. We own the carpentry. So you can make some money from a bit of furniture and wood chips. This is the chopped sugar beet production that we have on our farm. Obviously, you're loaded up with your sugar beet, and you get sugar beet cut as a product on the other side. You can turn the milk from your cows into homogenized milk. Now, homogenized milk you can sell for a little bit more money than normal milk. Normal milk at its best sells for $599 for 1,000 litres, and homogenized milk sells for $741. So there's a little bit of profit there. I have actually bought the dairy. This is the dairy on the map, so not the one that's this one, of course. This one's on our farm, the homogenizer. This one's to the north of the map, I think it is. But yeah, as you can see, you can produce yogurt. Obviously, you've got your butter and your cheese and your chocolate. You can produce milkshake and ice cream, which is brilliant. These are obviously the two greenhouses, now different to the base game greenhouses that we're normally used to. We've got things like melons and pumpkins in here, which is brilliant. This is the brewery. This is an interesting production system that he's added into the map. We can produce beer quite simply using hops and barley. You can produce wine using grapes and sugar. Honey shine, which seems relatively straightforward to make. You're using the honey from your bees and add in a bit of water and you get honey shine. That seems quite valuable, to be fair. I think that's actually more valuable than beer and a lot more straightforward to produce, so that could be a good one. You can make strawberry wine, strawberries and sugar, and of course you can make some whiskey as well using your rye and your sugar, so that's pretty cool. You've got your sawmill points here, all your bits and bobs to do with wood. This is your lime crusher that's on the farm, of course. Just throw some stones in there and get some lime out as a product. You've got your fertilizer production here, so using your manure and slurry, you can get some solid fert out of that, or you can use your manure and some digestate for the same result, or you can produce liquid fert using water and slurry. So that's a good money-saving thing there. We all know how expensive solid and liquid fert can be if we're purchasing it. Mineral feed production. Got a literage of carrots and potatoes and sunflowers, and also onions, sugar beet cut and sunflowers. Or you can use your barley, corn and silage to get some mineral feed as well. Now, interestingly here, we've got compost. So using a variety of inputs, you can get compost. So you've got your straw, you've got your grass, you've got your hay, wood chips, potatoes, alfalfa windrow, and dry alfalfa windrow will all, if you throw them in here, you'll get some compost out of that. You've got your multi-fruit dryer, so obviously you can throw your grass in there and get some hay. Throw your alfalfa and get some dry alfalfa windrow. You've got your multi-fruit silage, so you can make silage from grass and also get a bit of digestate. You can also get it from chaff, from alfalfa windrow and dry alfalfa windrow. You can mix your pig food using wheat, using soybeans, and using sugar beet. What we got there, we have wheat. That's not wheat, is it? That's barley, sorry, and corn and potatoes. Sunflowers, sorghum and carrots. Corn, sunflowers, and washed potatoes, of which there's a potato washing production system on the map. Corn, sunflowers, and sugar beet cut. And we've got sunflowers, sorghum, and corn. So that's pretty cool. You can also produce your own seeds within the confines of your own farm using wheat and liquid fertilizer, using barley, liquid fertilizer, or oats and liquid fertilizer. So that's very helpful. And of course, you can produce your TMR. So you've got your grass, your straw, and your silage. You've got hay, straw, and silage. You've got dry alfalfa windrow, straw, and silage, or dry alfalfa windrow, straw, and silage. So, and that's just from starting off in new farmer mode. So there's so much scope on this map. It's absolutely beautiful. It really is. So anyway, right, let's jump into the PDA and have a quick look at that, shall we? Okay, so here's the map PDA. As you can see, made up of 14 fields. This is the smallest one here, field 1, which we own, which is right next to our farm. This is our starter farm, of course. As you can see, it's a very busy looking thing. But yeah, field 1 there, that's the smallest, and field 20 there, which is sugar beets. That's a whopper, isn't it? Some nice field sizes there, I've got to say. They're nice and neat, and they've got nice sharp edges, I suppose. It's a lovely looking thing. You've got a nice big river running through the centre here, which at the top and the bottom here, you've got some lovely... These are the two... the river bridges that are custom by from Luke BK, and I must admit I do love a big bridge, and they're just lovely looking things. We'll go and take a look at those in a minute. You've got a couple of boats that sail up and down. You've got one that moves relatively fast. It's a bit of a speedboat, and you've got a bit of a passenger boat that just gently cruises up and down the river. So that's nice to see. But as you can see, the top sides and bottom of the map, we've got plenty of stuff going on. So starting in the top left-hand corner, we've got an oil field supply point because there is oil on the map. Grape processing there, production system you can purchase, sugar mill there, the wool sell point, of course. Take the wool from your sheep. You've got a dairy there. You've got a single silo farm supplies there, custom by Stevie. You've got a farmer's market sell point. You've got an animal dealer sell point, of course. Animal market, of course. We all know what that does. Digestate and slurry sell point. Manure and compost sell point. Couple of productions here. You've got the cereal factory. You've got the French fries production. Again, another custom bit there. GW elevator sell point there. This is where I've placed down the brewery. Now, there are a couple of blank areas. This is one of them, just a big flat area of tarmac where you're free to place down your own production systems, if for any reason there isn't enough for you on the map. But the Happy Days brewery isn't on the map to start off with. It's in the construction system, in the construction menu, sorry, for you to place down. So I've done that just so we've got it in the menu, so I could show you that before. Top right up here, we've got another single silo farm supplies there, and another sell point there, Hilltop Mill sell point. Coming down the right-hand side of the map, we've got a gas station, and we've got another gas station diesel sales there, custom. Woodland Nook sales there, slap in the centre of the right-hand side of the map. Down here, we've got the carpentry area that we own. We've got the Miller's Mill log sales, sawmill delivery logs for production there. And another one there as well. Coming along the bottom of the map, I suppose it might make it easier if I zoom in a little bit. There is a train on the map as well, as you can see there. It just moves from right to left down the bottom of the map. That's the railway line, and you can sell that. That takes your products to Goldcrest Valley, where you can sell bits and bobs there. What have we got here? We've got the Red Marble Bowling Restaurant. We have another gas station sales area, another gas station, a Mexican restaurant, the Grocery Mart. We've got the biomass plant. We have the BGA, and we own this in new farmer mode. This is ours. We have a biodiesel refinery point. We have compost and wood chipping plant. We've got the vehicle dealership there. We've got the gas station, and down here you've got a Palico pallet sell point, Southern Rail grain pool. Obviously, you've got that as well for your train. You've got your train rental point, and you have another single silo farm supplies by Stevie there. On the other side of the river, opposite the farm from us, you've got a fast food restaurant, and you've got this lovely Fenton Mill Bakery, which is a beautiful looking little building. I think I did include that in the opening cinematics. It's a lovely old wooden building with a lovely old wooden water wheel on the outside. It's a beautiful thing. Over here on the left we have the oil mill. We have another single silo farm supplies, feed and grain sales, a grain mill, production system, and the potato cleaning plant there. Another bit of a custom work there for cleaning your potatoes, quite frankly. Now, as you can see, I've bought all the land on the map just so that I could show you the precision farming. The map does support precision farming, of course. Here we have the soil map, so I just thought I'd buy all the land so to show you all that. I did forget to buy field 14 up there, actually, but still. Lovely looking thing, very well laid out. So yeah, that's the map PDA, I suppose. A brief introduction to that. So I suppose the next thing to do is just go and have a fly around and look at things, shall we? Right, so up in the air now. I think this is definitely my preferred method of doing map tours. Just jump into flight mode and have a bit of a whiz around. You can cover a lot more ground a lot faster. But as you can see, these are the two boats that I mentioned before. The orange one there, you can't miss that. That's the little bit of a speedboat there that just whizzes around the... I suppose it just whizzes around its own kind of custom spline. And this is the passenger ship vessel thing that just floats down the river back and two. Lovely looking thing. It does light up at night as well, which looks pretty cool, I've got to say. But here we have one of the two bridges. Now, it's a bridge, but it's beautiful. I love it. I really do. I do love a bridge. I suppose that says a lot about me, doesn't it? But still, it's yeah, it's a gorgeous looking thing. You've got the traffic going over the top of it, of course, back and two. And there's another one further up the river over there, which we'll take a look at. But as you can see, this is the biogas plant that we own here. I'm just going to like fly over here. Obviously, I know I did point out which bits were which in the map PDA there. But it's just very neatly laid out. It's really neat and tidy. There's a lot of detail here. I do like a neat map, I've got to say. I'm quite partial to a rural, old-school American map, I must admit. But there's something nice to be said about these kind of maps as well. That, as I say, just neat and tidy, very nicely laid out. The roads are a decent width, so you can, as you can see there, just basing it off the size of the cars driving along, you can see that the lanes are quite wide, so you're not going to have too much problem, for example, on auto drive trying to move harvesters about and stuff like that. That's pretty cool. This is the biorefinery here. Lovely looking thing. I do quite like the kind of like the contrast between the lovely, you can just look over there now and it just looks beautiful and countrified and not much more going on. And then you can turn around and you've got all these big industrial areas, big industrial silos and, you know, factories and machinery and productions and stuff. I do love that contrast, I must admit. But this was one of the things that I really, really appreciated. Now this is the dealership. As you can see, Stevie has badged it with a lovely custom light there with his name, Stevie's. Now you can walk into this. It's a lovely laid out thing. Come in and out. You've got your dealership point here. You've got a few collectibles lying around here to collect. Here's your dealership point there, of course. You can go upstairs. I don't think there's any rooms you can interact with upstairs, but even the care and attention that's been taken to the NPC characters that wander around the map. They don't wander in and out of walls. They do aim for the doors and they go in and out of the doors where they should. You see, he's just come neatly out of there. Hello, mate. So yeah, it's the care and attention that's gone into this place is brilliant. But I love this. When I saw this, I thought that's really quite cool. It's new to me. I don't know if it's new to anyone else. I don't know if this is something that's purely custom to this particular map. I've never seen it before, but I just love that. The fact there's a big Case Steiger sitting on a rotational thing on the roof there. I think it's absolutely brilliant. It really is. Lovely brands banded around the edge of the building there. You've got a workshop point here, of course, as well to fix your stuff. But yes, I just think the building itself is just a gorgeous thing. It really is. I do recognise the building, I must admit. I think I have seen the building on other maps a long time ago. But obviously Stevie's put his own mark on it, and it's just a beautiful thing. It really is. So, flying up and out over the map. I need to get my bearings here. Let's bring up the map. Let's bring up the heads-up display and make my life a bit easier, shall we? So yeah, this is heading along the left-hand side, north of the map. Now the fields are a good, decent size. There's a lot of decent-sized fields on here for a 1x map. It's really nicely laid out. Now the whole map itself is kind of banded, bordered with a nice row of trees there. You've got a road that pretty much runs around the whole edge of the map. But yeah, the field sizes are a good size, if you ask me. So what have we got in here? We've got cotton growing in here. But yeah, I just think the layout is really, really nice. Over here again, another bit of an industrial area. This is if I remember correctly. Let's just jump into the map PDA. This is where we are here. So what have we got going on here? We've got another single silo farm, the grain mill, and the potato cleaning plant, and the oil mill there. So this is the potato cleaning plant. Again, quite simply load up your potatoes and get clean potatoes out. You've got your grain mill, sell points, feeding grain there. Really nicely laid out. But yeah, quite simply, a few production systems there. Another whopper of a field. That's a big one, isn't it? Where are we now? Yeah, this is the big one. This is field 20. 106.13 acres of sugar beets. That'll take a while. Now up here, of course, in the top left of the map, this is the oil mill production area, and even the derricks there are animated. I know I've had a couple of mods installed over the past that do help with oil on the map, but the derricks aren't even animated. These ones are, so that's pretty quite cool. I'm sure we can make some big money with some oil there. We've got another production system here. I think this is our grapes production system, isn't it? Yep, sweet and sour raisins. Sugar mill. What we got there? Oh, this is our wool cell point, swirling spindle. We've got the dairy. I bought that before just to make sure I understood what was going on with the homogenised milk. We've got this lovely little area here, again, just decorated nicely. I mean, you've got a nice old Deutsche harvester here for sale with 9,000 hours on it. That's a nice little touch, isn't it? Again, forgive me if that's not new to anyone, but I've never seen something like that on the map. It's just a nice idea, that. Just someone trying to flog an old bit of machinery. We've got Johnson's Farmers Market here. Nicely laid out. And over here, they've got the livestock auction. Now again, this is a point I do love about, I've seen this on some maps, but the fact that we've got animated animals, cows in particular, in the animal market dealership is a really nice touch. It really is. Doesn't seem to take away from any of the FPS or anything. It seems to run pretty smoothly for me anyway on here. But I do love that, the fact that there are actual visual animals moving around in the animal dealership is always cool. And again, you've got another decorational Steiger just sat around there. It's all good. So yeah, we've got another sell point there. It's part of the livestock auction here, and I think this is the compost sell point, I think, perhaps. Might be off with that, I'm not too sure what we got. Yep, manure and compost sell point there, and the digestate and slurry compost sell points. And you've got a couple more productions there, the French fries and the cereal factory there. Here we are. I'm sure we're familiar with those, but yeah, this one, crispy fries. That's all good. And here's the other bridge at the top of the map. It's just a lovely looking thing, don't you think? It really is. And the boat goes underneath it. This thing just whizzes around on its own little AI spline. But it's pretty cool. And this is one of the blank areas. This is where I placed down the, I think it's called the Happy Days Brewery. The Happy Brewery, yeah, where you can make all your alcohol, your beer, your wine, your strawberry wine, your whiskey. It's a really nice building, I've got to say. Love the black brick and the bright yellow text and font on the wall there. But yeah, really quite nice. Love that. It's awesome. But yeah, you got huge. Look at the size of this place. I thought the brewery before I placed it down, I thought it was going to be a gigantic thing that would fill up half of this, but sure enough, it's got quite a small footprint, to be honest. So yeah, plenty of space here to place down your own productions if there isn't enough on the map for you. And heading over to what is the top right of the map. I think I've got my bearings right there, haven't I? What we got here, we have the Hilltop Grain Mill. There we go. Lovely looking building there. Sell point. And then we're down the right hand side of the map here. So we've got a little workshop here to fix your machinery. We've got something there. Diesel sales. Yeah. Nice little house there. Coming down a bit further. And what we got here, I think this is the Woodland Nook sales there. Really nice little laid out area, I've got to say. That looks really nice. Another blank area for more productions if need be. Bit of roadworks there going on, of course. So add a bit of character to the map. But yeah, this field sizes I think are perfect. You've got some nice small ones here. This one, if we fly over, which one's this? This is field 3. Just over 4 acres, and the smallest on the map is field, I think that's this one here, field 1. It's coming up right in front of us, which is something of a postage stamp in comparison to the others. But yeah, 1.3 acres, there we go. Got a bit of grass in there for us to deal with. But you've got some lovely, nice, big animal pastures here on our farm. I have added some animals into each of them just so you can see them all at work. But yeah, we've got some Holsteins in there. We've got some limousines in there. Limousines. We've got ourselves a silage clamp, of course. We've got some sheep. This is all on our farm, of course. We've got some a couple of breeds of pigs here. A couple of pig barns on the farm. And obviously plenty of storage for machinery. And here we have our chicken barn as well. And our greenhouses and our bees. And there's the honey pallet store point there. They're already there producing some honey for us. So we can go and make ourselves some, what was it called? Honey shine, I think it was called. But yeah, I think this is just an absolutely beautiful little map. It really is. Performs well. Frames per second is all running nice. Here's that water wheel mill that I mentioned before. Again, lovely thing, really is. Lovely looking building. And I just love the way this map feels with this big wide river running through it. We've got our own little jetty here coming from our farm, so if you wanted to chill out after a hard day's farming, just come and sit on here and watch the boats go by. There they go, perfectly timed. It's quite a leery orange, that one, isn't it? But in the evening and in the night time, when that passenger vessel comes cruising down, it's all lit up. It does look pretty cool. So yeah, I love the way this road is laid out here. There's just a little bit of a few neighbours here on the other side of the river. You've got a sell point there, of course. But it's just a really nicely laid out map. It really is. It's an absolute gem. The map also contains no fewer than 30 custom paintable textures. I've just plastered a load down here to show you each individual one, so I'll try and go through these as quickly as possible, but just wanted to show you them all. So we've got animal mud, we have asphalt, we have asphalt alpine, we have cobblestone, we have concrete tiles, dirt 2, we have forest ground, we have forest mixed, we have forest needles, we have grass, this one is called grass cliff, we have dry grass, the next one is gravel moss fade, and then we have grass patchy. Next up is gravel, and then we have dusty gravel, we have gravel grass, then we have gravel light mixed, and then we have gravel mixed. Now, I ran out of land here, so we've turned a corner, and this one is gravel pathway, and then we have rock mixed, rock dark, rock light, we have mud puddles, that's a nice looking one, we have pathway, we have riverbed, and turned a corner again, and then we have wet sand, water puddles, and wet mud. That's a beautiful one, and I love the way the light shines off that. But yeah, no fewer than 30 custom paintable textures. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen, that is Tranquil Waters by Stevie. Now, of course, the download link will be in the video description below. Personally, quite honestly, in my opinion, this is a beautiful little map, and I'm very glad that I've come across it and I've now got the opportunity to showcase it to you all. Because I'd never heard of it before. I really hadn't. It just came out of the blue. Like I said at the beginning of the video, it just appeared in my recommendations on YouTube, sorry. And I'm very glad that I found it, because this is an absolute beauty of a map. Such a huge amount of work and dedication and custom stuff has gone into this map that it deserved a video. It really did. So, I do hope you've enjoyed this map tour. I hope it's whetted your appetite to give the link a click and have a download and have an explore yourself. Thank you very much for watching. I really do hope you have enjoyed it and found it a little bit of fun and a little bit interesting. As always, if you're new to my channel and you like my content, you like the way I'm doing things, please consider hitting that subscribe button and jumping on board and joining the channel. Please give the video a like if you can. It does do wonders, helps the YouTube algorithm do its thing. And as always, there are a host of links in the video description below with my Giants Partner promo code. If any of you are in the market for purchasing a DLC, an add-on, a season pass, or even the full game itself, or even pre-ordering Farming Simulator 25, and you like the idea of helping a content creator out and supporting their channel, as always, I would be hugely, hugely appreciative. So thanks again for your time, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.
Bye.